Okay, let's see. Let me just go in here. Sorry I'm late, guys. I was on the phone with a friend who needed some help, and I was doing that. So sorry I'm late, but I'm going to be bringing all the Mollie Tibbetts trial stuff. I will tell you that the Durst trial, we'll go over some highlights, but it's really, really taxing, that trial, just how they're doing it. But then to watch two of them together, it's nuts. And I really want to watch the Mollie Tibbetts trial because there's a lot that's going on there. The attorney's actions, the prosecutors should have done a better job getting the witness, the boyfriend, ready today. And there's just a lot to discuss there. So I'm going to go and pull that up. I've got all my notes. And let's see. You can watch the Tibbetts trial. It's on, there's a station out of Iowa that it's on. Okay, and I think it's also on Law and Crime. It may also be on Law and Crime. But let's get this going. Hold on, let me just grow. And I actually watched it. It wasn't on, I don't think it was, no, it wasn't Law and Crime that I was watching it on. It was on a station out of Iowa. Sorry, I'm losing it a little bit. But I'm just trying to get into the live chat, and then I'm going to pull my notes up. And then I'm going to pull my notes up. And I did put up a very short, like I think 4-minute update in this Suzanne Morphew case. There's a tiny update in the Maya Millete case. Okay, they are searching a new area. It's not far from the house, but it's a new area that they have not searched before. I told you I think there's going to be an arrest soon. I still do feel it. But so there is a little different action in that, and that's a good thing. Good thing. Okay. And then remember that guy, that YouTube guy that made a video and he killed his wife and he was like really crazy? He's on the run. He went to drive a Chevy Tahoe. He got in. He told the guy on the freeway, told the guy, pulled over, get out of the car, I'll kill you. And he took off, and he's been gone since the last week of April. Nobody knows where he is. Isn't that crazy? And he kept violating all kinds of things, and they kept letting him out on house arrest. Isn't that crazy? It is crazy. Okay, let me get my stuff now. Let me get in here. So we're going to go into here so you can see. I just want to make sure that you can see me. Mommy Ramblings, I'm going to one of the searches for Maya. Are you really, Anna? Yes, there's 2 new searches this weekend, right? You're going to one? Oh, wow. You'll have to tell us how it went. Okay, so let me get the, let me get my notes up here. So we'll see here. Okay, here's my notes. My notes. Okay, this was very strange. Opening statements. The defense did not make an opening statement. They were going to hold their opening statement. They didn't want to make one, so there was only one opening statement from the prosecution. And he, talked about how Mollie disappeared and the search, and how everybody got involved, and hours turned into days and days turned into weeks, and all the leads turned out empty. And after 4 weeks, they were no closer to finding Mollie than they had when they started. And hang on one second, let me just have to make this a little larger here. Okay. But they were able to collect security video from all around the area where she had been jogging, and agents went over this video from Logan Collins' residence, and they saw a silhouette of what appeared to be a jogger, okay? And then they noticed a vehicle. And so they kept checking it again and again and again. They kept seeing a black Chevy Malibu, and this Chevy Malibu had chrome door handles and mirrors, and it had non-standard rims, and this became a vehicle of interest, okay? And the vehicle was seen on the roadway as it was approaching this jogger, and then they saw it stop, and they saw this person get out. And so they went and tracked down that vehicle, and the way they found it is one of the investigators actually saw it on the highway, okay? And he watched. And then when the car came to a stop, he got out, and he said the driver did not speak much English, but he gave the investigator his birth certificate, and they found out he worked at Yarraby Farms, and it was Christian Bahina Rivera, okay? So they took photos of him, and then on August 20th, they went to Yarraby Farms, and they spoke with him, and they asked him to come in and do an interview at the Poweshiek County Sheriff's Office. The interview went on for several hours. They asked him who his friends were and who he associates with and where he worked, and he admitted that he was the only person that drove that Malibu, okay? And at first he denied anything about Mollie except seeing the flyers. And then he was shown a still from this video, okay? And he admitted that he found her attractive and even said in his own words that she was hot. Early in the morning on the 21st of 2018, August 21st, he took the investigators out to a cornfield in rural Poweshiek County, and there was a field and a gate, and there was a drive of more than 50 yards into the corn, and they interviewed him again, and he made further admissions, and he admitted that he saw her, that he followed her, and that he got out of his car, and that he jogged close to her, and that she told him to get away or she was going to call the police. And then he says the next thing he knows, he doesn't remember anything, but he sees her earbuds, and then he remembers she's in the trunk. And then he admits to, opening the trunk and taking her out to the field and, dragging her there and putting her down on the ground and covering up with the corn, okay? And he described her as someone who fainted, and he hid her in that field. But now when they found the body was decomposed, but still had the running shoes on. An autopsy was done, and they identified the body as Mollie, and she was stabbed somewhere from 7 to 12 times in the chest, neck, head, and skull. The cause of death was homicide by sharp force injury. They searched his vehicle, that Chevy Malibu, and they found blood in the trunk liner and in the trunk that was tested and came back as a match for Mollie, okay? Now, they said this is what I expect the evidence to show when you go to deliberate. It's going to focus on 3 primary aspects. That video that shows that Malibu in the area and at the time where Mollie was last seen. The defendant's admission that he was the only one that drove that Malibu and that he was alone that day. Then you're going to have Mollie's blood in that Malibu. And then they said you're going to have the defendant's admissions that he found her hot, okay? That she threatened to call the police and that he got angry. And that he drove to the field and he remembered Mollie was in the trunk. And he said, when you examine this evidence, you can come to no other conclusion than that he killed Mollie Tibbetts and convict him of murder in the first degree. Okay, that was the end of the opening statement. Then the first witness was the brother of Mollie's boyfriend. Now, this is Blake, okay? And here's the thing. Blake has a wife, Allie, and they have a couple of dogs, and they live in this farmhouse. And Blake had his brother live with him, who is Mollie's boyfriend. And then Mollie spent a lot of time there, almost that she lived there, okay? So they asked Blake, where was he that week where she disappeared? And he said, well, he had to leave town to work a construction job. And those 2 days, he was out in Ames, which is, I guess is a town, with his wife, Allie. And the plan was for Mollie to watch the dogs. He didn't know until Monday night that Dalton, that's the brother, that's Mollie's boyfriend, okay, Dalton Jack, would not be there, okay? So then he asked Mollie to watch the dogs, to let them out, and yada, 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 because she was going to be staying there anyway. He explains that they put them in the basement because the younger dog has epilepsy, and so he'll soil himself if he has a seizure. So it's easier to clean it up in the basement, and then they let him in the house when someone's home, okay? So the plan was that Mollie was going to take care of this while they were gone. Now Dalton was out of town too, okay? When was the last time he saw Mollie? He said he thinks like Monday, July 16th was the last time he saw her alive. How did you get to Newton? He drove and his wife was already there. Did Mollie live at your house? He said Mollie also stayed at her mom's house across town, her mom, Laura Tibbetts. Dalton lived with Blake. Okay, so when he learned Dalton would be out of town, he said he knew Mollie was going to be doing the house sitting, dog sitting stuff. They asked him if he had any communication with Mollie on Monday or Tuesday, and that you have not disclosed. And he said no. And did you have any conversation with Dalton those days that you have not disclosed? No. He found out on Tuesday that Dalton was working out of town, and that he was going to be out of town for a couple of weeks, the boyfriend. So Thursday, July 19th, Dalton calls his brother Blake and asks him to check on Mollie because she did not show up for work. And he said when he got this phone call, he was at his job site. It was about 4:30 p.m. And the prosecutor said, was that the first you heard about Mollie maybe missing? Yes. What were your plans? And he said he had to help his wife with her car, but he was going to go home. Okay. Any other communication with anyone regarding her whereabouts? No. Did Dalton ask you to try to call her? He said no, but I did. And the result of that was there was no answer on her cell phone. So he said he gets home, but before he gets home, two friends are driving around and they flagged him down and asked if he had seen her. So he said in the car, he stopped, he talked to them, and then he went to his house. And it was still light around 6 p.m. Was anyone at the house? No. So you went in? Yes. Did you notice anything unusual? No. No forced entry, nothing taken, nothing. How did you get in the house? I walked in. They don't lock their doors. Doors were not locked? No. Where were the dogs? The dogs were in the basement. But then what did you do? I went to Mollie's room, the one she shared with Dalton. Yes, she was not there. Okay, what did you do after checking the house? Did you check with neighbors? He said yes. He checked with neighbors Jeff and Michelle Hall. They didn't know anything. Then there was another neighbor who happened to be an IT guy for some REC, whatever that is, Nate Hopwood. And he asked him about cameras that were around in the area. And he said that they were not working due to a storm, and one faced the parking lot that Blake could see from his house. Mollie's friends started to gather at Blake's house, and they were all brainstorming about where she might be. They decided then to call law enforcement. Other friends kept showing up, and he said he was talking to people. He can't remember how many were there. They asked him if he started to worry. He said he was kind of worried that she wasn't answering her phone, But he was thinking about that there was a tornado the day before. He was thinking about the tornado. So while home and after checking with the neighbors, did your wife come home? Yes. And you called Mollie's phone a number of times? He said yes, and so did her friends. And they tried Facebook and Snapchat, and no response. Were you familiar with her running habits? He said, well, not where she ran, but that she ran all the time. Was she a runner in high school? Yes. What did she usually wear? He says, shorts, jogging shoes, a tank top or sports bra, and a holder for her iPod. Prior to going to your job in Newton, did you notice anything unusual between Dalton or Mollie? Nope. They were getting along? Yes. He shows him a picture of an aerial view of the house, the farmhouse, and a street view, and confirms that's his residence, okay? He says no further questions. Then the cross-examination is it unusual? No, this is the female defense attorney, okay? It was unusual Mollie would not show up for work? Yes. She was very conscientious? Yes. As soon as you found out, you tried to get yourself back to Brooklyn? Yes. The first thing that was done was the friends, you flagged you down, tried to locate Mollie? Yes. They used Facebook and Snapchat, and Blake says he doesn't use Snapchat, but there is, and then she asked him about something called location services, and he said there is something called location services, and you can see a friend's location, and he said yes, and he said not him, but friends tried to see her location, and she said that would be the usual thing, you could see a friend's location. He said yes, as long as they have it off of ghost mode. As soon as you could not find her, you guys called the police? Yes. And you gave interviews, right? Yes. On July 20th, you had an interview at a municipal building and a fire department, he said. That was very soon after Mollie went missing. Yes. It's fair to say that you cooperated. Yes. If they wanted more interviews, you would go. Yes, he said. And then she asked about a polygraph, but it was an objection. She asked him if they swabbed him for his DNA. He said no. They asked you for your different devices, and you were cooperative, right, in providing those to law enforcement? Yes. You said, take my cell phone, right? Yes. Okay, and then she says, you and your brother Dalton are avid hunters, right? Yes. And she said, does Dalton also hunt deer, pheasants, turkeys? Yes. It's not unusual for your home to have guns. That's correct. What kind of guns do you have? Rifles, shotguns. And she said, you also had a .357 at your home? Yes. And you also had knives, not used for hunting, but to gut a deer. And he said, yes, field dress it. And she said, you have several different knives in your possession, correct? Yes. And you hunt together regularly? He said, yes, during the season. And he said, we also shotgun hunt with our family. And then she said, Mollie and Dalton had their problems? And he said, not really. Nothing that he thought they were getting along fine. Oh, well, what about the issues of him cheating on her? And he goes, no, I don't have heard anything about that. Okay. And then she said, but then he said, but sure, he would not be the only 18-year-old to cheat if he did. And then she said he was known to have anger problems, known to get in fights. And he said no. She said no anger problems. He said no. And then she said no further questions. And they called the next witness, who happened to be Dalton Jack, the boyfriend. So they talked about how he joined the Army and basic training, and then they talked about how did he meet Mollie. And he said, well, they started dating the senior year after a football game, but he knew her because the school is very, very small. There's only like 50 kids in the graduating class. Everyone knows everyone. She was a grade below him. And they asked him after graduation, what did you do? He said he went to Hawkeye Community College for a year, but it wasn't for him. What did you study? He studied sustainable construction. So you have the same interest as your brother Blake? Yes. And they asked him when he was going to get out of the Army, and he said he didn't know. So the Army is your career? Yes. And after a year at the community college, he elected to go to work, and he started to work at Jasper Construction. And where did you live? He said, initially with my parents, but then I moved in with Blake. And he said, you mentioned that you and Mollie started dating in high school. Yes. And you dated how long? 3 years. Did you have any breakups during those years? No. He shows a photo and he asks, is that how Mollie appeared before her death? Yes. After you graduated high school, you went to community college and you continued to date Mollie. Do you have a relationship with her parents? He said, I had never met Rob before. Rob is Mollie's father because he lived in California, but I had met her mother, of course, yes. And you communicate through text and Snapchat when you're not around each other? Yes. And so you use that fairly often? Yes. Do you know her phone number? He remembers it, recites it right off, okay? Any other platforms? He says, I don't have them. Describe Mollie. He said, well, her personality is bubbly, always happy, goofy, always wanted to have fun. She would run anywhere between 1 to 6 miles every day, barring extreme weather. She would run later in the evening when it started to get cool. Were you familiar with what type of clothing she would wear? Yes, she would typically wear shorts, a sports bra, or one of those cut-off muscle shirts she stole from my closet. Wireless earphones, and they said, yeah, you gave those to her as a gift? Yes. They asked about a headband, and then he said she wore a Fitbit as well. Yes. Back to the week that includes July 18th, which is a Wednesday of 2018. During that time, where were you working? Jasper Construction. In Paddock, Iowa, let's see, full-time work. He arrived at 5:30 to 6 a.m. on Monday. And they stayed at a hotel. They were going to stay, I think it was like 2 weeks initially. Nick Wilson is his job supervisor. He was in Dubuque. That's where he was, Dubuque, Iowa. And did you communicate with Mollie? And he said, yes. You communicated frequently, even while working? Yes. Where did Mollie work? She worked at a daycare and a hospital full-time. Where was your brother? He said he was out on his own job site at Newton. Mollie was staying at your brother's house? Yes. She was taking care of the dogs? Yes. House sitting, so to speak? Yes. Let's go back to Wednesday, July 18th. What were you doing at work? He said, same old stuff. We're doing a bridge replacement over the Mississippi River, setting up forms, pouring concrete, they said. Yes. When did you start work that day? 5:30 to 6. Any weather issues? Nope. Other times? Yeah, on the 19th. What did you do at night? He said, drank beer and hung out at night with the guys. Do you ever go back to Brooklyn during those nights? No. No chance to. He said you wouldn't be able to. Do you remember when you sent her a Snapchat and he said, when did you go to bed on the 18th? And he said, oh, we went to bed early. We had to get up early. So the last Snapchat that Mollie sent, you opened it later. Yes. Evening of July 18th. There were 15 to 20 people playing yard games, is what he said. And they went to bed. And he said that he sent her a message in the morning of the 19th that said, hi, beautiful, with a kissy face. He texted it, no response. And they said, did you worry? He said, I didn't even know that she didn't respond. I had to go to work. So go back to the night before. They said, did you open her Snapchat on Wednesday night? And do you remember telling police that you opened it at a certain time? And he says no. Would reviewing this refresh your memory? And this is where they could have done a better job, because they had to go over this with him, but he was not really remembering a lot of this stuff, and then had to go through it. So he says he opened it July 18th at 10:30 p.m., but that's not when she sent it, right? Right. Do you remember when it was sent? He said, no. Do you know what it was? He said, I think it was her face with a caption. Could you tell where she was? He said, I could see that she was in the living room of Blake's house. Not outside? No. She was inside, yes. July 19th, Thursday. Did you receive any communication from Mollie? No. Describe the work day, and he said we showed up, we were forming joints, and then we got rained out. Okay, so you planned to work on Friday, you had no plans to go home to Brooklyn. No. But he received a call from a friend of Mollie's. And a co-worker said Mollie did not show up for work. It was around 4:30 in the afternoon. Prior to that, had you made any attempts to reach her? He said, I ended up taking a nap. And what did you do when you found out? He said, I contacted everyone I could think of to see if they knew where Mollie was or if they had seen her. Then there was a break. Then they came back. Was there any contact with Mollie? No. The following day, did you make attempts to contact her? He said, I don't remember. Did you join in the search? Yes. Me and my brother drove around that night, and then it helped in organized searches. You were a part of it? Yes. You assisted? Yes. Did you go back to work at Jasper Construction after you learned Mollie was missing? No. Did they give you time off? Yes. No further questions. And then the cross-examination. So they say to him, 3 months after Mollie disappeared, you enlisted in the Army. Why? And he said, because I wanted to get away from here. I couldn't take it. Mollie was from here. I was from here. Oh, you were heartbroken? Yes. You planned to marry her? Yes. You were devoted to her? Yes. She was your true love? Yes. It was a true love story? Yes. Okay. You told the jury about what happened up to her disappearance, but on the night of her disappearance, you were hanging out and drinking beer and playing games, right? Yes. But that's not the story you had always given to the cops, right? And then this is where this is now the male attorney, not the female defense attorney. And he said, do you know when you gave that story? How many times you were interviewed? A lot, more than 3. Yes. Well, Matt Simpson, you met with him, and generally, you were supposed to give him facts. Yes, but you said nothing seemed to be out of place. And he says, I don't recall, but I imagine everything was fine. He said the bed was tousled, unmade. He says, I don't remember. And then he said, but if this Officer Simpson says it was, do you dispute that? No. On the 18th, you opened a Snapchat at 10:30 p.m. Yes. And you also told someone that the last time you saw Mollie was around, you also told someone that the last time you saw Mollie was, or talked to Mollie was around 9:30 or something. He said, no, I don't recall. He said, you interviewed a final time, and it was the 27th. You recall that? Not every detail. The interview involved Matt Jorst, he said, and an individual named Lara Bussier or something. Do you recall telling agents that on the 18th of July, the night she disappeared, that you were in Dubuque and you finished work at 6:30? No. And that you showered and washed and you watched Rush Hour 1 in your room? He said yes. You also told officers that you withheld information. Yes. And that was that you had a relationship other than Mollie, that her name was Jordan Lam. Yes. Why didn't you tell them? This is when he starts really hammering this guy. I did not deem it necessary. He goes, oh, really? You didn't deem it necessary? So you just took it upon yourself? You didn't think it was necessary to tell them that you had another relationship and stuff, right? He was getting really crazy on this. So you didn't think telling law enforcement officers that it was pertinent, huh? No. And why? He said, I was 19. I screwed up one time. Mollie knew it and we moved past it. And then he said, when did you have this, he said, when did you have this affair? And he said, oh my gosh, it wasn't even a year after we started dating. I think it was August of 2017. He said, Mollie was upset you cheated on her, right? Yes. And you gave them a date of the fall of 2017. Okay, I guess. The relationship with Jordan Lam, how did it start? He was Snapchat, does that sound? Yeah, that sounds right. So why did you send her stuff on Snapchat? I don't know. Why does anyone do anything wrong? He said. Oh, you have no idea? You wanted to get with her, right? Yeah, okay, he says. And you know what? It was late 2017, early 18. And you were confronted by the dates by officers, right? Yes. He's very argumentative, I wrote. You use Snapchat because it disappears, isn't that right? That's not what I said. It has nothing to do with that, right? Correct, he said. You told her, this Jordan Lam, that she's the most attractive girl you ever met. I don't remember, he says. Were you not telling Jordan that you were going to break up with Mollie? I don't know, he says. And you were pressing Jordan to be your girlfriend? No, I don't know. Did you have sex with her? Yes. Mollie knew when she confronted me. How did she find out? He says she went through my phone. When I was asleep one night. He says, oh, really? I think Jordan Lam messaged Mollie, didn't she? Yes. She said you were trying to get with her, didn't she? Objection. Then they said, what was there info on your phone about them talking, Mollie and Jordan? The night before she went missing, she talked with a friend about a woman named Tara. No, he said he didn't know anything about that. Was there a Tara? Yes. So there was another woman that you had conversations with that was simultaneously to starting a relationship with Mollie, the boyfriend says. Who told you Mollie was missing? And he said, Emily. And the defense attorney said, oh, that's also an old relationship of yours. Isn't that right? Yes. And someone who made Mollie jealous. Isn't that right? And he said, Emily Fenner, isn't that right? And she sent a very strange message to you. What was that message she sent to you? It said, Dalt, because she called you Dalt. And it said, Dalt, is Mollie alive? Now, what kind of message, Dalt, is Mollie alive? It's a strange message. He goes, I don't know. You didn't think it was odd message to ask someone? And then I don't know, he wouldn't say. How long before Mollie was abducted did she start wearing your promise ring again? I don't recall. You know we are here for a charge of murder for the love of your life? Yes. And you want justice? Yes. And you have not thought about any of this. I didn't want to be here, and I wouldn't have come if it was voluntary. And he said, oh, you don't want to be here? You don't want to be here to get justice for the love of your life? No. Okay. Now there's a recross. Prosecutor says, a redirect, Dalton, let's be clear. You cooperated for this trial, right? Yes. The reason we would not have met in person is because you were in North Carolina at Fort Bragg. That's the reason we didn't meet in person, but you cooperated with us, yes. We sent you some reports to review, yes. And we sent you, 2 reports? Yes. Did we sit down with you and prepare you? Yes. Tell me why you don't want to be here. And he said, because of the defendant sitting here. And why? Obviously, not his biggest fan. Is that why you don't want to be sitting here? Yes. Because you think he's responsible for his death? And he said, I wholeheartedly believe he's guilty. The relationship with Jordan lasted how long? About a day. How did she find out? Yes. Did you work it out? Yes. Did you break up? No. Did family find out about the breakup? Yes. Did they find out later? Yes. Have you maintained a good relationship with Mollie's family? Yes. It was in the past, right? Yes. Do you know the defendant? No. Have you ever met him? No. Did you know what he drove? No. Did you have access to his Malibu? No. Did Mollie? No. Did Mollie have any access to the Malibu? No. No connection by either of you. There's no connection with either you or Mollie to the defendant. No. Then there's a recross. Okay. Despite preparing with Mr. Brown, you still weren't prepared. You don't recall, questions? No. He says, I do. And they said, just the ones that are not advantageous to you. Objection. Sustained. As early as the month before Mollie was abducted, you were talking about breaking up. Okay, so things were not always rosy. Yes. Okay, he said, you did not like if Mollie would leave you to go live with someone else, right? Didn't she talk about moving in with friends rather than you, and you got mad? You didn't like that? Yes. Did you ever tell her you did not like other men looking at her? No. Are you sure? Yes. That's all I have. The witness was excused. And then there was Matthew Simpson from the sheriff's office. He was doing patrol duty on 2009. He goes through his stuff that he does. We'll skip that. And he was on duty 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. on July 19th. And he called over to the Jack's house. He got a call over there for a missing person around 5:56 p.m. Did you respond to the house? Yes. Who was there? He said Blake, Jack, and his girlfriend Allie. It's his wife, but other people who lived there. And then he said Blake, Allie, Dalton, and Mollie. Who was missing? Mollie Tibbetts. The last communication she had was with her mother, Lori Tibbetts, around 5:30 on the 18th. They talked about dinner. Did you go inside the house? Yes. What is it like? It's a typical, normal farmhouse. He said it's like a teenager house. There were dishes in the sink, but it wasn't that bad. There was no signs of a struggle. The dogs were in the basement. Did you go into the basement? Yes. The dogs were penned in. Blake said they were let free when the people were home. Did you seize any evidence? No. Then we had this state's witness, Jelena, Sheck, who worked with Mollie at a local daycare. She testified that she last saw Mollie at about 4 p.m. on the 18th of July. And when Mollie didn't show up for work the next day, she said she texted and called Mollie but never heard back. And she eventually called or contacted Mollie's cousin out of worry, and there was no questions for the defense. And then there was a hairdresser that came on, and she just said that she had known Mollie and her family because she did their hair. She knew Mollie when she moved from California to Iowa. Mollie was 10 or 12 when she first met her. If you ever saw her outside, would you recognize her? Yes. Would you say hello? Yes. And they asked about where she lived, and she happened to be going to her parents that night. Their parents had a farm, and they had just had sweet corn at her house, so they were going to bring the sweet corn cores and stuff to feed the horses at her parents' house. So she was driving at around 7:45, and she sees Mollie jogging. So they just tried to get that, you saw Mollie jogging. What was she wearing? She had her hair in the ponytail. They went around some curves. How was she dressed? She was wearing black shorts, bright pink sports bra, and a low ponytail. Then they had Arlie Nunez Lorenza. It's Bahina's Rivera's cousin who lives in Toledo. She bought that black Chevy Malibu for Rivera. Well, how did that happen? He asked you to purchase it? Yes. But you registered at the vehicle as the vehicle's owner? Yes. Did you ever use it? No. Did you know it to be Christian Rivera's exclusive vehicle? Yes. Did you have a payment arrangement with him? Yes. He paid you cash every month? Yes. He came to your house? Yes. Did you have insurance on it? Yes. Did you communicate with Christian by text and phone? Yes. Or Facebook, she said. Did you socialize with him? Yes. What did you guys do? She said family gatherings mostly. Do you know where he lived? She said in Brooklyn, in a trailer. Let's see. Where did he work? She said a farm in Brooklyn. They said, does it sound like Yarraby Farms? Yes. Have you ever been to his house? Yes. When was the last time you were there? When he first moved over? Did they ask your permission to search that Malibu? Yes. Did you grant it? Yes. He shows her some photos. Okay. And then the defense says, does their cross and says, Christian has a fair amount of family in the Toledo area, correct? Yes. And he was working at Yarrowby Farms. Yes. Why did you buy him a car? Because he's my cousin. He needed transportation. He could not. Why couldn't he buy it himself? Didn't have the right papers, right? Yes. What was the car payment? She said $300 or more per month. Yes. You would make it. He would pay you back. Yes. Did he always make timely payments? Yes. Never had any problems? No. He thanked you several times, didn't he? Yes. Did he always show you how grateful he was? Yes. Have you ever had any problems with him about this? No, no. No further questions in the cross. Redirect. How many payments did the defendant make on the vehicle? She said, well, we purchased it for $13,000, but I finished paying off $5,000 in 2020. When is the last time you saw him? Before August 2018. She said, I saw him in July at a family gathering. No further questions. And the cross. The family gathering. I'm sorry, I did not understand that. What was it? He said it was she said it was a birthday party for his aunt's husband. How many family members were there? All of them. Do you remember if it was before or after the tornado? Before. Did everyone seem happy? Yeah. Did you know that he had a date coming up? Yes. Do you know with who? I don't know. And just that he had a date with a woman. Yes. And that concluded for today. They let them go. It was like 2:45 their time. So, my thoughts, okay? The defense, especially the male, they seem to be blaming everyone else for something, and they seem to be like really, really nasty about it too, and needling them. Her boyfriend did not get upset or lose his cool on the stand, which was good. But it looks like that's going to be the pattern. They're going to just try to blame the other people, okay? And the defendant just sits there with his headphones on low. He looks just, kind of shifty, looking around. I'll see if what you guys say. I'm going back to the chat now. It's going to take a minute to catch up. Who watched this? What did you think? Is there anything that I forgot, that I missed, that you thought was pertinent? Chime in. Hi, Dina. Nana Patty. Kubi. Nightbot. Conversations. Deborah Vancouver in. Christy Holland. Cranky. The defense was really nasty to the boyfriend. Yes, they were. Pink is my new RX. Hi. How are you? You've been watching all the shows. Hey there. Nice to see you again. Thanks for staying. Hi. Hi, Robbity Bob. Danielle C. So, yeah. Christy Holland, I haven't seen you in a while. All right. I'm going to put the number in, but let me know. I'm just getting the number. Hold on. Okay, put the number in Slack. Oh boy. What a night, what a day, what a night, what a day, what a crazy day. Been helping a lot of friends yesterday. I missed my grief counseling because of it. I told you guys. What are you going to do? All right, so. I have to just grab another. I have to get 2 ibuprofen. My head is killing me. Changed my contacts. I took 2 Aleve, but I need to take 2 ibuprofen. So hold on, I'll be right back. You can, the number's in Slack. You can come in. I'm just gonna grab these. They're right over here. I'll be right back. I can still talk to you, but yeah. However, the trial resumes tomorrow. Okay, good. That's better. I have some Happy Mail from I think it's Shari. I'm not from Illinois. I think it is. I have to see. I didn't open it today. I'm going to open it tomorrow. Thank you, though. Okay. Hi, Alley Cattails. Haven't seen you in a long time. Debbie Vancouverden. Sean Sneed. Let's see who's here. Alley Cattails, Christy Holland, Cranky, Danielle, Deborah Vancouverden, Dina Elizabeth, Jeremy, hey Jeremy, Kubi, Nana Patty, Nightbot, Pink is my new RX, Rabbity Bob, Sean Sneed, where's Davita Lane? Davita Lane was calling me when I was changing my contacts. There she is. There you are.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. Durst trial. Did you ever see the Jinx with Robert Durst?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, you know, they're watching it, and the jury, and they're also going to watch All Good Things, the movie. That's so weird that they're going to watch a movie based on his life.
Gosh. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the one that was the rich guy?
Yeah, the mother jumped off the...
Yes, Jeremy
yep.
and I watched it together at his house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the trial that's on, you know, the other thing, and it's wow.
Yeah, because he's accused of killing his wife and
the trial is for Susan Berman, but they're going to show that she helped cover up his murder of the wife, and then his neighbor, Morris Black, that he dumped in the Galveston Bay after he dismembered him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I guess it was, well, not the last time I was there. The time before that, Jeremy and I were up until like 3:30 or 4 in the morning watching the whole thing. Because I think it was on HBO or something.
Yeah, it was. And then All Good Things is the movie with who is
that's an old one, huh?
Ryan. What the heck is that guy's name?
Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
What is his name? Ryan.
Wasn't he on Friends?
No, but what's his name? Ryan. Oh my gosh, what is his name?
I can picture him,
yeah.
But
Oh boy.
That guy was a nut. But he screwed himself because of that hot mic.
I know. Of course, I killed them all.
For that,
I killed them all.
Yeah, talking to himself
and
out loud.
And the guy that made that documentary is around here, and I know his dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Glenn Pontier. Yeah, he went to school with my older kids. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah, because he thought, you know what, we've done so much trying and nothing, and then wouldn't you know it, the last time he goes into the bathroom, there you go.
Right, and I don't know how like even Jimmy said, how can they have the same jurors from before the pandemic? Don't tell me that they never looked into any of this stuff.
No, that doesn't seem right.
No, so there's just like setting it up for a mistrial or something. That's crazy. Oh boy. And
and he was going to kill his brother too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was crazy. Killed dogs too. You know, it looks like, allegedly.
Yeah, he was nuts. is nuts.
Allegedly, yeah. Ryan Reynolds, that's who. Ryan Reynolds, yes.
That's right.
Thank you, Ramarty. Thank you. Debbie L, hi. How are you? Carol Plant, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Everyone. Are we sure that Durst is still alive? Yes, Robin Lane.
Yeah, he's old but alive.
He is. He is. He's scary, though, you know? Especially
Yeah,
the way he
dog's
talks.
creepy.
Especially the way he talks in those interviews. And he's like, well, if somebody was going to do it, then it would be the person that wrote the letter would have been the person that killed them. Like, he's just so scary. He's chilling.
Yes.
He has no emotion. He's just got, you know.
Yes.
Of course I would kill them all.
Yeah, he is. He's scary. And he's a little thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Weaselly guy. Yeah.
Jeremy and I looked at each other and I thought, man, couldn't she have fought him off? But of course, you know, you never know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, now he's very fragile because he's so much older too.
Well, yeah. And then they did, like the Golden State Killer, how they tried to make themselves look really, because when he was in his jail cell, he was like jumping up and cleaning things and, you know, doing exercises and, yeah, okay. IG Maps. The Good Shepherd movie was Ryan Gosling. Yeah. Is it right? Wait, no, you mean All Good Things. I'll tell you who's in it. Wait, let me tell you who's in All Good Things.
Hi, Hannah Patty. How's sis? Hi, Moo. I think Moo's in here.
Ryan Gosling is All Good Things. It's Ryan Gosling. Thank you. GMAPS. Kirsten Dunst and Frank Langella.
I remember her in Jurassic Park.
I just don't know why they're watching All Good Things, because that's a movie. I guess it's based on that, but you know, what do you watching? Well, why don't you watch Dirty Little Secrets to the jury? You know, to Jodi Arias. I mean, like, why? I don't understand why they're watching that. The documentary, I can understand if they're going to let them watch that, but the Jinx. But I just don't understand why they're watching All Good Things.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Very weird.
I don't know. Where's Scooter?
I don't know. I haven't seen Scooter. Scooter, where are you?
I know you're there, Scooter.
Yeah, you're there, Scooter. Scooter. Let's see what everybody did anyone watch the did you watch it at all? The trial, guys? Anybody? And what about that little boy that was down on the Dallas street?
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. Okay, let's see. The home security footage now helps police identify the alleged killer of a 4-year-old boy, Cash Gurman. He was found lying in the middle of the street. We know that. There's horrible ants on his feet and everything else. The man arrested, 18-year-old Darren Brown, and he's seen on security footage. And this is the little boy. It's just horrific. The other little boy is in the state custody. It was a twin. There he is. And so it's yeah, it is. The home security footage helped police identify the man, and he was arrested in the death of little Cash. And he's on seen on the footage taking him out of his bed, and then he later returned to the house and he stood over Cash's twin brother, Carter, and even touched the boy on the head before he just started looking around the room and fled. It's crazy, like, what the heck that was about. Yeah.
And it looks like he's in that bark with bare feet. That stuff hurts.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he was found with bare feet too.
Oh.
Oops.
So, oh, did 10th Angel get a hold of you, or?
Oh, I never
Anything
had.
about-
I was running all day today. Yeah, it's whatever it is. It's going to be late for my daughter, so it's okay. I have time to do it. It's just it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Orlando. What is going on? Orlando. See you later, Orlando.
And you haven't been watching, or do you watch Jersey Housewives at all?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
You're watching it?
'Cause oh yeah, they're my favorite.
Really?
Oh yeah. Them, I used to watch Orange County, but I got so sick of them because they got so raunchy. So I don't even watch them anymore. But I love Jersey. I've watched them from the beginning. And their tell-all is getting ready. So, not tell-all. They're, you know, what they're...
Oh, that one where they all get together on the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
tell-all, isn't it? It is a tell-all.
Oh, is it?
I
thought it
think
was
so,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Deidre. Bunny darling. Yeah. Some never have a chance, yeah. Oh, boy. I laugh the whole time through movies you do. Hi, Aunt She. Grace Stewart, hi.
Oh, it was tonight, Danielle said. I hope I taped it.
Oh, gosh. You
Was it
missed
good, Danielle?
Sean Sneed says, I don't understand. My scooter doesn't come on anymore.
I know, Sean. Start yelling. We're all in a quandary. Come on, Scooter.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, girl.
Hi, Whisper to Me.
Reunion.
Is it a reunion?
reunion.
Hi, Lisa Ward. Hi, Pamela.
Deidre. Yeah, Orange County did. It got trashy. Just trashy. It was like, I don't need to watch this.
You're waiting for the Aiden Fucci trial? Nobody's watching Mollie Tibbetts? Scooter hates us, yeah, she? Probably.
Breaking hearts, Scooter.
Probably. That's probably Scooter messaging. Ba-ding. Hi, Leah Jane. She's too good for us now? Probably.
Uh-huh. Gets that channel.
Carolyn, look up the case. Carolyn, what am I looking up? What am I looking up?
Tamlin. Kevin, he says Z's. So I don't know if he means she's sleeping or he's gonna sleep.
Scooter is probably hanging with the Kardashians. I think we all should take it very personally that Scooter isn't here. We should all type a chant for Scooter. Scooter, Scooter, Scooter. I'm so sad. The one chin is probably... Yeah, I know. That's so sad. That's so sad.
It is sad.
You're watching the trial, Dina?
So when will you be able to see your daughter for her birthday?
She was talking about, like, she was saying something about bus schedules tonight, so I think maybe she'll come sooner. I don't know. She said they might change them after, I think it's like after the 22nd, they're going to make changes. We'll see. It's her birthday right now, though. Happy birthday.
She's still thinking about getting that sheep or
Oh, the
whatever
alpaca?
yeah, the alpaca, yeah.
Well, she always thinks about it. Yeah, she does always think about it. I wish she would.
But would it stay at the
It
farm?
would stay there, but I could go up and take it on a walk. They put bridles on it, and you walk around.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I could take it down here because it's not far from me. I could actually walk it down around the lake. Oh, there's Carolyn
Oh.
just taking the alpaca for a walk. Imagine. Can I pet your alpaca? No, he doesn't like it.
But you couldn't keep it on your property. I don't know anything about alpacas.
I could, but yeah, I don't have the facilities, to keep them here.
Oh, because it probably has to be like in a little.
He needs a little barn enclosure,
Right.
and they've got a really big setup up there, and he's got the other alpacas, and
Oh. Hi, Jendo. Whisper to me.
Thanks, Deidre Realtor.
Hi, Kathy from Texas.
Hi, Kathy from Texas. Kevin Leonard.
I guess Moo isn't in here. I thought she was in here.
Who?
Moo.
Hi, Tamlin. I haven't seen Moo. Where is Moo?
I don't know why I thought she was, but I guess she
I know her
wasn't.
daughter's trying to get her on a different schedule, but I don't know. Where is Moo? Where is that again, Deidre? Where are you? Are you in You're in California, right? Hi, Jendo.
I got spray paint. I'm gonna.
Spraying
I
something?
have a well, kind of like a bar stool, but it's got a backing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So more like a chair. And so I got some cream colored spray paint. And
Let me
I'm gonna
guess.
spray-
Let me guess.
What?
Are you doing it in Mackenzie Child?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I thought you were going to.
Didn't that remind you of What About Bob? But yeah, so I'm going to spray paint it because it just needs it. But it's black, so I had to get 2 cans.
I can't believe
And
you're gonna paint something not black.
No, the chair is black right now.
Right. I
Yeah.
can't believe you're gonna make it not black.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because it's in my craft room, and my other chair is a cream color, and I want them to match. So I'm gonna do this one cream color, and I want to upholster the. Well, maybe I shouldn't. I'm looking at it. I wanted to reupholster the seat part, but maybe I should leave it because it's vinyl. Well, whatever you call it, because if paint or something got on it, if it was fabric, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as soon as the weather starts to get a little bit warmer, we had warm today, it was okay, but a little bit warmer.
It wasn't warm,
And-
really?
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't cold, but the
Oh.
mornings, it's the typical where it's, well, for California, you get that June or May, I don't know what they
Oh.
call it, but June gloom and all that.
Oh, June gloom, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh
And,
gosh, I don't like that.
And then it starts getting warmer, in the middle part of the day. And then after June, it's just nothing but heat. But I'm afraid we're gonna have a warm winter because it's taken so long for things to get hot. I hope not.
Don't
but-
talk about winter.
Okay. Okay, I won't. And I won't talk about my Christmas in July either.
Okay, Carolyn, I emailed
Okay.
best rainbow I've ever seen. You emailed the best rainbow you have ever seen? Let me see. Let me check it out. Deborah Van Couverton, the best rainbow she's ever seen.
Lightweight speckle cookie, you got it. Hi, Kathy from Texas.
Lightweight spackle for what?
No, Kubi was talking about lightweight spackle, so I can only imagine she's talking about faux food. I don't even see Scooter in here at all. Nope.
Oh, yeah, you could put their Jones Joy thing, Carol Clark, if you want to put that into Slack. Yeah, no problem. Do, do, do.
So when your
Yeah,
daughter comes up, will
Jones
she stay again for like a week?
Well, probably not a week, but the weekend. Yeah, probably. Usually she comes up on the long weekends, but
Cool.
let me see here now. I'm looking, Deborah Van. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Oh my gosh, that. Oh my gosh, that looks fake. That looks fake. Are you faking? That really looks fake, Deborah Vancouver Din.
Okay, now you have to show us.
I know. I think she's punking us. Hold on. That looks really fake. That looks so fake.
I can't wait to watch it, Danielle. Oh
Hi,
my
Kim Chihuahuas.
gosh.
Doesn't that look fake?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think she's punking us.
I've never seen one so.
She says it's not fake.
Wow. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Beautiful.
Are you faking? That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. I've
Thanks
never
for
seen one
sharing.
quite so vivid.
I know. Thanks for sharing. It's not fake, whispered.
Nana Patty, do you know where your little sister Scooter is?
Everybody should unsub from Scooter's channel until she comes back. She'll get up in the morning and she'll be like, what the freak? Can you imagine?
No.
She would freak out.
What is going on?
Carolyn, I have
children?
Slack, but I'm not in the right thing. Oh, send me an email and I'll make sure you're in there. Send me an email, Pink. Send me an email so I have it. Pink.
What did you have for dinner?
We had spaghetti and meat sauce.
Mm. See, Nana Patty said, I have no idea where Scooter is.
I don't like anybody. I think everybody has to. Dina, I thought you were. Uh-oh. She'll be deflated. Well, then just say, well, come on panel and everybody will resub. Hello, Kim Chihuahuas. Let me see if she'll answer me. It's not like she's sleeping, so I hate when she plays that silly game.
Yeah.
She pretends
I don't
that she
think
went to bed early or something because she doesn't go to bed.
Yeah, no. Because Dave was going to leave today.
I know.
Remember?
That's right.
So it's not like she's two little lovers sitting in a tree right now.
You made roasted chicken and potatoes tonight, Danielle.
Ooh, I love that. I had, Poopy asked, I had the McDonald's Happy Meal party with Everly after her play, and that was later in the afternoon, so that's all I had.
Everyone is unsubbing from, hold on, from you.
Good. It was so
And
good.
Sean
Nana.
Sneed is pissed at you. I told her.
When she saw Jeremy sitting there, she got so excited, and she started waving at him. She wasn't she wasn't supposed to be waving.
Oh dear,
got
I
right
hit a
down.
deer.
Oh no.
She always starts crying. Every
Scooter.
time he watches the plays that she does, I'll look over at him and I go, "Are you crying again?" And he goes, Yes.
Scooter, someone's calling you. Scooter, your doll's calling you.
Cindy L found Rayo's at Costco.
Who
You
did?
need to.
Who found Rayo's?
Cindy L.
Cindy L found it at Costco? How much did you pay? Was it a big jar?
Is it a big jar?
Well, let's see if she answers. Another doll question. Answer. She won't come. Scooter, your dolly's calling you.
Scooter right now.
Scooter. Oh dear. Come on, Scooter.
Steven said he likes your red shirt.
Thanks, Steven. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Steven.
Did you know they have it at Target? Deidre, realtor, said they have it at Target.
Rayos?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but they probably charge more than
Probably.
Walmart, probably. Yeah. Unless it's on sale. It might be on sale. Scooter. Oh, dear. Look who's here.
What? Lisa.
Lisa, come on up.
Scooter's. Help me, Lisa.
She's flat-leaved. She's a flat lever. It's horrible. She's ruined our lives. She's ruined everything.
I mean, look, everyone's so excited, Lisa. Do you realize how popular you are?
Popular? Come on, Lisa. Scooter's really...
Scooter left us. Are you going to leave too?
You made a meatloaf. Kathy made a meatloaf. Hi, Kathy. Small loaves and muffin cup sizes to freeze for later. Nice. Lisa wants to call in. What?
I was telling Danielle because she said,
oh.
Lisa, call in. So I said, you tell her.
She's a flat lever. Flat lever. She's leaving us flat.
Robbity Bob. Love that name. Robbity Bob. She rocks in the treetop all day long. I always want to sing that. I don't know why.
I wonder if she's coming. She might be coming. Nana Patty said, hello, Lisa D, my friend. Nana Patty thinks she's only her friend. Did Scooter go for her grandchild's play? No, that's Davida.
That was me.
No, that's Davida. Mm-mm. We had hot dogs. Deidre Realtor said we had hot dogs on the grill and potato salad.
Mmm.
Hey, Scooter.
Oh, that sounds good too.
You spotted a wild lid. What's Amy Celeste? What is a wild lid?
Lid. At lid.
Oh, we spotted a wild Lisa D? I don't know. Oh, Lisa's coming in with all hearts. Look at that. Look at this. How does she get those giant hearts like that?
I don't know, but does that mean, sorry, I'm not coming in, but I still love you?
I don't know.
Lisa, have a heart.
That's not nice, Lisa, because I'm feeling very depressed.
She is.
Really, Scooter's really doing a number on all of us. Really, she's doing a number on us. And I have to come up with the new deer merch and all that stuff. And, you know, the car, the guy's coming for the car at 9 o'clock. And oh my goodness.
Yeah. What about the merch? What?
The deer merch.
Oh.
Oh, Scooter. Okay.
Kevin says Scooter's on the road in her tour bus. Remember, she starts Broadway in June.
Gary woke you up. Gary
well,
woke
see
you up.
there?
Why did Gary wake you up? With his snoring or because he woke you up?
Well, he probably wants her to come on.
The deer
I mean, it's
is a
3:30
girl
or
too.
3:30.
The deer was a girl, not a boy, not a baby. You're my
Because
friend
she gets up at
too,
4, right?
Nana Patty. Yeah, she should be up.
Well,
She
it's
said to
only-
me, Lisa, you said you wanted to come on. Now I'm here and I'm on, and you should come on
girl.
because I'm feeling bad.
Yeah.
Because
Can't you
Scooter hates me. She
You're
hates
the
us
only
all.
one that can give her solace. Come on, Lisa.
Come on.
And Dear Merch will bring a lot of dough. D-O-E, laughing face. Kubi, have you been doing your cricket?
Oh yeah, Kubi. What have you done in that cricket? Horses, Pamela.
Pamela, she's got the horses going.
You prefer tigers? You mean ligers? We're doing a liger too.
So you're doing what?
A liger?
Yeah.
It's a tiger that lies.
Do you think he'll ever get out?
Who?
The Tiger King?
Oh, the Tiger King. I don't know. Isn't that seem silly? Like, he's in there, and it just seems like she probably killed her husband.
Yeah.
And she's out, right?
Yep.
He's in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's just so crazy.
It's nuts.
Make your husband happy.
But I haven't heard too much about her lately. She's on the down low.
Carol, yeah, really. I know. It's like she died out, didn't she?
Yeah.
Nobody even cares anymore. She could be like, I killed my husband.
She's
He's in the
yesterday's
septic.
news.
Okay, well, we don't really care anymore. Bye. See ya. Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I've been married 37 years. Oh, happy anniversary, Cindy L.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary,
happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. He has
Jeremy was
a new
asking about
lawyer.
everybody on your channel today.
What?
Jeremy was asking about you and everyone on the channel today.
That's good. Julie says he has a new lawyer, the Tiger King.
Oh, really?
Yep. Where are my pills? Lisa, are you
Okay,
coming?
now I'm talking about Cindy.
Yes, prayers, please, they help. Oh, what? He's not feeling well or something?
Oh, she said that her husband has 18 more radiation treatments to go, 10 down.
Oh, yeah, prayers that he comes through and makes a full recovery.
Hey, I wonder
She did
if we're
a cameo regarding the loose Bengal tiger in Houston. Oh, she did? They found that tiger. Did you know that? They found the tiger? What about the guy? Wasn't the guy on the run too? Oh, and you know that guy that made that YouTube video after he killed his wife? He's on the run. I can't believe they can't find him. And that they didn't even find the car. How did he get away with the car? I think he probably drove off.
You mean the YouTube woman?
No, the guy that killed his wife and then he made a YouTube video.
Oh. Yeah, how did he get away?
No idea. No freaking idea.
Any more news on that one that you're all into right now in San Diego?
Oh, just that, yeah,
the
just that they're
freezer?
searching a new area. They searched a new area, and it's not far from the house. So that was the only new news, that they're searching in a new area. And then there's 2 searches organized for this weekend.
I still think all those gunshots, something's weird with that. I just don't think I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, there would have been more found if he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was a trace of, you know what I mean? It would take so much to clean that in such a short time.
Right. Yeah.
And you'd think with all those shots that somebody or multiple people, because those houses aren't that far apart,
Mm-hmm.
would, start coming out, seeing what was going on.
Yep.
I guess Lisa went back to sleep.
Lisa hates us, so now I'm really upset, Lisa.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna cry because I thought you were
I always
on.
want to sing "Everybody Hates Me, Nobody Likes Me." Why'd I eat those worms?
Did you really have a song like that?
Yes. You didn't know that song?
No.
Oh my gosh. Everybody hates me, nobody likes me. I guess I'll eat some worms. Long, slim, slimy ones, short, fat, juicy ones, itsy bitsy, fuzzy, wuzzy worms.
Where's that from?
I don't know.
Oh. I made up my own song.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was like, was it Nobody Cares? No. I used to have one, all I do is work. No, I used to sing so many different songs when when I was like unloading the dishwasher. All I do is work. Just like all these things.
All I do is work.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I forget how. My gosh, working harder than anybody has a right to. I used to go to went to the Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look, she does love us.
She's in a fuzzy.
Yes, I love you.
She's in a fuzzy robe. And
Thank you.
she's
I
all.
love you guys a lot.
Oh,
Scooter
that
hates
just
it. Scooter
warms
hates
my
everybody.
heart.
Scooter hates everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe she fell asleep.
You didn't even know that I had an accident with a deer.
I did know. Of course I know. I know everything.
And everybody's trying to get points in on that tragedy. Poor deer, and they're trying to make him alive again and making it a she, a he, and everything. It's really a shame. And Scooter,
Lisa, look at her hair, Lisa. How beautiful.
yeah,
No, I
wait,
like it. It looks really beautiful.
Did you
That's
do
gonna
your
be
hair?
yours.
Did you do yours? No.
Do it? I'm definitely going to do it.
You and Danielle
You
are
don't
gonna
have to tell
do
me
it.
twice.
You and Danielle are gonna do
Well,
it.
you do, but you know.
No, but you and Danielle are gonna do it when everybody else is,
No, I'm going to probably do it. I don't know. Probably do it. I don't know, maybe tomorrow or the next day. What is that?
it's just a bag, a little bag that these things came in for the cricket.
What'd you get?
They're just like those little, those little paper fastener thingies that you do in
Oh,
flowers.
Ah,
See them?
okay.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah. Though I just can't find anything to even make on my cricket anymore.
You can't?
Yeah, and like I pay for that thing and I'm like not even using it. I'm so bad. I used to come on and make stuff, and now nobody makes anything with me, and everybody treats me bad, and I'm just feeling.
Well, we will.
Oh, for corn's sake, Carolyn.
For corn's sake.
goodness.
Sure is good to see you, Dimples.
Good to see you too.
So glad you
Gary
decided
woke
to
me
come.
up
What?
Why?
because he didn't put the snoring machine on.
The snoring
Oh.
machine. What is the snoring machine?
You know, the CPAP thing.
He sleeps with one of those?
Yeah, and what happens is he falls asleep without it, and then like I wake up because he's snoring, and then I tell him, you know, put the thing on,
You
and then he
forgot.
goes like this, okay, but he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Because when you're really tired, I hate that too. Because you know, when you fall asleep on the couch, even as a kid, and somebody says, "Come on, get up and go to bed," and you're just so
Mhm.
tired, and you
Right.
don't want to get up,
And he
and you
thinks,
can't
Yep.
even
yeah, he
think
thinks he's doing it. He
of
thinks
getting
he's
up.
actually,
Oh,
and then he goes like this. Just keep, like the next morning, I'll be like, Gary, you know, you woke me up, and he'll be like, well, just keep bothering me until I put it on. But
can you put it on his head for him
No, I
when
was
he's
just gonna
and he'll be like, just keep bothering me until I put it on, and I'll be like,
But then I'll really be
Sometimes-
up, right?
then I'm wide awake,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But I do feel bad for him because the only time he can put it on is when he's like really, really tired. Otherwise, it's too uncomfortable. So he has to be like really, really tired before he can put it on. So in his defense, like he waits until he's, you know, really, really tired enough. But then sometimes he just falls asleep and never puts it on. And then starts snoring by like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and then I wake up. I can't sleep through that.
Mm-mm.
So
Uh-oh.
then
Yeah.
I didn't like that either. So
So you
No,
said
It's hard
screw
when they
it.
snore that loud.
You said screw it. I'm getting up.
yeah. Well, a lot of times if that happens, like I could take melatonin or something and go right back. Because I know that if I don't, I'm gonna be up at 5 anyway, and that's it. I can't, if I don't go back then, it's over. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and then the whole day is ruined. I can't function. So, but sometimes you just like sometimes if I wake up from him, I'm wide awake. So that'll be it for me.
Yeah.
Like I can tell that that's it.
What
So why
time did you
not
go to
have some
bed?
Fun, right, with you guys. Last night I went to bed probably. I don't know. It's hard to tell because I go to bed earlier and I stay awake and I'm reading and stuff. So.
Mhm.
Like watching Carolyn's videos and stuff before I go to bed. So sometimes I'm up for like an hour or two before I fall asleep. So it's hard to tell
Yeah.
when I fall asleep.
Yeah.
But I think I fell asleep around 10 last night.
Okay.
Did you? You did?
So you got about maybe 5 hours.
Yeah. If I can get 5 hours, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. If I can do 5 hours, that's good.
Yeah. And then every once in a while I'll just crash and catch up.
Right.
It's when it's less than that I can't
Mm-hmm.
get
Yep.
through.
Yep. Same here.
You know when you gotta go like if Jimmy had to go for a surgery or something, you're trying to sleep and you can't sleep, and then or
Yeah.
even when you're going back to school like the first day and you're like, okay, I gotta go to sleep, and you can't, and you're
That's the
looking
worst.
you're looking at the clock and you're going, okay, well if I fall asleep now, I'll get so many hours, right? And then it's getting later.
You're calculating. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
and
still
later.
okay. I can still, right.
And then you're like, oh crap, I can't believe I can't fall asleep, right?
Yep.
Because you're too excited. And then you probably finally fall asleep at like 3 in the morning, you get up at 6, and you feel great when you get up, right? You're so excited to go to school, right? So it doesn't even matter that you got 2 hours of sleep. Because you're like,
Yeah.
it's first day. And
That
you're
was what it
bolting.
was like when I was a kid.
Yeah, because you could never fall asleep. But then there's times where like, okay, let's say Jimmy had to go for surgery, and I'm like, oh, okay, come on. Oh my gosh, I can't fall asleep. Oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible. It's going to be 4 o'clock. Oh, got to leave it. if I could just get a 2 hour, and then you're like, you don't get any sleep, but then you have so much adrenaline, and you're going, and then you'll like crash when you get home. But you just can't fall asleep. But you're always calculating, well, I'll be good if I can get to sleep now.
All right, so it's almost only 3 hours, but I think I could probably handle that. You know?
And then do you ever have times where you wake up and you don't know if you have slept at all, but you're hoping that maybe you did, and you're just saying, I don't think I slept at all, but hopefully maybe I did. Maybe I did, because it seems like you've been up the whole night, but then you might have fallen asleep for 5 minutes, but you're hoping it was more than that. Yes, I've had days like that, and I'm really trying to think if I was asleep at all.
Because your brain is funny, like you can be in and out, and you don't even know you're asleep. That's what happens to him too, because Gary will be like wide awake 1 second and the next snoring. He thinks he's awake. Yeah,
or I remember, like, I'll say, well, it probably counted that I was laying here anyway, even if I didn't fall asleep the whole way. I'm sure that counts for something. And I never forget that lady that was married to that CBS. I don't even know if they're married anymore. The one that does Big Brother. Is she still married to Les
No,
Muniz?
they divorced.
They divorced?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. She had said that this is what she said, if you lay on the ground with your feet up against the wall, okay? So you're laying and you just put your feet straight up against the wall and you're laying flat on your back. And you do that for 20 minutes. It's as good as, I don't know, she said like 6 hours of sleep or something. I don't believe that at all.
Really?
That's what she said. I don't believe it at all.
I've never heard that.
And you don't even have to sleep. She said if you just lay down and you prop your feet up against the wall like that, your legs and everything, so your butt is against the wall and your legs are up against the wall. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you're sitting in a chair, but you're laying down.
But you're laying down.
I don't get that. Like, I don't know.
And she said if you do that, even if you don't sleep, but you just lay down and you just close your eyes and just rest, it's as good as I don't know how many hours of sleep.
Well, I've done that where I'll lay down and rest, which can't hurt, but I don't think it's the same as sleeping. I don't know though. I mean, I
gotta try that.
Mama T Belly said my husband snores like a bear, but he's not sleeping. I get that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping. I said to him the other night, so I guess you could snore when you're awake. Let me see you do it right now. Go ahead, let me see you do it. I'd like to see you snore when you're awake. That's got to be really funny. Just do it right now. I want to see it. Go ahead, do it. Makes no sense whatsoever, Danielle.
No. Or,
and he does it all the time. It's been an ongoing argument for like almost 40 years. It makes me nuts. He does it. He did it just last night. I said, you have the most unbelievable talent to be in the middle of a sentence 1 second and 3 seconds later you're snoring.
So how doesn't he put the machine on? Does he like, I'm just going to read this and I'll put
it's
it on?
It's on his nose.
Right, but does he go like this? I'm just going to read this and then I'll put it on, and then he falls asleep?
No, he'll usually be asleep, and then he'll reach over and put it on. Like, I guess if he feels like he's in a deep enough sleep for a split second, he wakes up and he takes mercy on me, he'll put it on. But a lot of nights he's been forgetting to put it on.
Does he have sleep apnea where he stops breathing?
Yes.
Oh, great.
And he also has a paralyzed diaphragm.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah. It's got to be like 20 years ago, maybe 15 or 20 years ago, he was having difficulty with like running out of air when he talked.
Ooh.
And
really?
like a dry cough.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And he went for all these different tests. We didn't know what was wrong with him. And he got diagnosed with a paralyzed diaphragm on the right side. So
I'm laughing at Kubi because I don't know if she's being serious.
You have a what?
I looked at what Kubi wrote and I couldn't hold my laughter.
I love doing legs up on the wall.
I don't know if she's being serious. She said
she probably is.
She said an hour of meditation is equal to a night of sleep.
Robin
Really?
Lane said 1 hour of meditation is
Oh,
my
that's
worst
Robin
nightmare.
Lane that said it? Oh, is my
No,
worst
Robin
nightmare.
Lane said 1 hour of meditation is my worst nightmare, equals my worst nightmare.
But if he's paralyzed on the on the one side, what all does that do to him? I mean, is it just
Oh, no,
his,
he's not paralyzed, his diaphragm is paralyzed.
right? But when it's like that, I mean, because that opens
Well-
up your chest, right, to get air.
Yeah, what happens is, if you saw like an x-ray of him, his one lung on the right side,
Mm-hmm.
the diaphragm, when it gets paralyzed, it stops moving by moving up. So
Okay.
it stays up. So his lung on the right side is compressed so he only has half of that, roughly around half of that lung is
Right.
open. And it's not going up and down all the time. It's just staying like that.
Yeah.
So he uses his auxiliary muscles on that side to move it at least a little bit from side to side. But the only lung that goes up and down is the other lung,
That's
like
scary.
we do. So what happens is, hello. So what happens is the only way, when he wears the CPAP at night, it helps his breathing during the day.
Okay.
So if he doesn't use the CPAP, the next day when he's talking, he runs out of air at the end of his sentences.
Oh.
And then he'll cough. He'll get like this dry cough. Most people don't notice it, but I notice it, and I could tell he didn't use the machine that night. The CPAP makes a huge difference for him. So it's not just for him. It's not just about the snoring. It's about the diaphragm.
Right.
And it makes very, very big. We didn't even realize it was going to do that, but it's had a very good impact on that. So if he uses that every day, you wouldn't even know he had it. But if he skips it, even one day, you could tell. Like, you'll notice it when you hear him talk. Every once in a while, you'll hear him run out of air at the end of his words, and then he'll get like a little cough. Yeah, but most people don't. Might not notice it. I notice it a lot because he's on calls all day and he talks a lot.
I think sometimes
Yeah.
I feel like that. Don't you never feel like that sometimes?
Yeah,
Like you can't get it, like you feel like you have to take a breath or something like when you're talking?
yeah. I'm like that.
Now we all think we have it. I
acting
think we
up.
should all get in and check our diaphragms if they have that.
It's a weird thing. You know what they said? We had him checked for all sorts of things to cause it because we didn't know what happened. We
Yeah.
went to this fancy place, neurology hospital in New Jersey. Forget the name of it, but I'll think of it. Where they did a tremendous amount of workups on him and everything, and they said that it was a virus that attacked his phrenic nerve, which is in the neck.
Not like scarlet fever.
No, it was just a
Oh.
virus that attacked the nerve, the phrenic nerve, that damaged the phrenic nerve, and then that's how his diaphragm stopped working. And they don't know the reason, but it's not really all that rare.
Huh.
Sometimes a person could get it. The only causes of a paralyzed diaphragm is like a nick on the nerve during surgery, right? A car accident or other like trauma, or a virus that attacks the phrenic nerve.
Wow.
And they figured that's what happened.
So that it was a virus.
A virus that attacked the phrenic nerve. Yeah,
Huh.
isn't that weird? Really
Yeah.
weird. There's such weird things you could get,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, but he's all right. That's why I wanted him to get the vaccine, because I always worry because he really has only one like really good working lung. So, but there's all sorts of weird shit out there.
Uh-huh.
That was bad language.
I don't like when I curse on the
Oh
channel.
my goodness. She doesn't care
Oh,
when she's on the
wow.
phone. She's cursing like a sailor.
I do not. Stop. I don't know.
Nunu's so
That
cute
never-
tonight.
Who is that?
Look how cute.
Hello, Nunu.
Hi, Nunu.
Who's a good little Nunu?
Cute.
Hello, Nunu. I was watching on my TV, Lisa did. I've been telling my doctors forever that my voice fades out. I have sleep apnea and I have a full face machine. Wow, Lisa H.
She has a full face machine. What does that mean?
You know
She has
what?
a mask? A whole
I
mask
guess
goes
my
over her whole
husband has
face?
the one that goes on his nose. And it's annoying. I feel bad for him. I do. Sometimes that's why I don't
Does
give
it
him
have
that
like
much
all
love.
these elastic straps?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's horrible. It's really horrible. I feel so bad for him.
Look how bad
Poor
Carolyn
Lisa
would feel.
H.
Look how bad she would feel if it was Jimmy. She's laughing her head off.
She is. She's peeing her pants right now. I can see it.
I know. Jimmy would make jokes if that was me. He would, because Jimmy is. He would say, He would say about himself. He'd go, "I'm immature like that." He would say that. Jimmy would say that. He would say, "I'm thinking about something real goofy right now. I'm just such an idiot," because he thinks of stuff like that.
Yeah, the full face one.
He would make
People
fun
like
of me. He would. He would. I know he would.
Because you're not having anything stuck to you, but he likes the nasal one. But I think either one.
But what do you mean?
it's
The
awful.
full face one? How does that go on? Lisa, how does that
It's
go
a whole
on?
mask. It's a whole mask.
Oh my heavens.
That's probably scary.
It is. Even the nasal one is hard. Like
I can't
it's
imagine
really
the whole
nasty.
face. I'm claustrophobic.
But what is it? Is it they're getting oxygen?
Yeah.
It's a forced oxygen.
So, but is
into
it
the
really?
lungs.
Do they get a really? Does it feel like maybe it feels really good when they sleep? Like
It's forced in. It's pressure.
really?
It's forcing the air in.
Have you ever tried it?
No. It's forced air. It's
Is
crazy.
it really loud? Is it like?
It's loud.
Really?
It's not a machine loud. It's air loud.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, yeah.
And you can feel the breeze from the machine forcing the air in.
Well, that should be nice in the
Gary,
summer.
could you turn to the side? The breeze is a little much.
I'm used to it. But I do feel bad for him. And there are times when, if he's not really snoring or anything, and he forgets to put it on, I leave him alone because I feel bad. Like,
Yeah.
If he's going to get a break from it
Lisa H said her
every
mother
once in a
can't look at her.
while, leave him alone. It's miserable,
Yeah.
Her mother hates it and she can't look at her.
It is awful,
Yeah, that's sad. You have a whole face one.
Yeah.
Your mom's is so scary.
It is a
but
motor
so funny.
sound, right, Danielle? See? I'm lucky. I feel good that at least I don't. That's one thing I don't have, sleep apnea, but he has it really bad. Really, really bad. There was no question that he needed it, Poor guy. It's a long time now, too. And it beats up on your body when you have that. It's not good. Yeah, forced air. My numbers keep being high, and my sleep doc says has no idea they keep putting the pressure on. Wow, Lisa H.
Really? Sometimes I get that. Like I wake up in a start and I think I stop breathing or something. And especially if I'm in a chair or something, like I wake up like crazy and I always think I stop breathing.
And
My
you kinda catch your
asthma
breath.
sometimes bothers me at night, but
Your what does?
asthma sometimes
Oh.
I've always been like that, but I don't have sleep apnea, thank God. But I feel bad for people that do. It's not an easy thing to live with. It's really not.
My voice
No.
gives out a little at the end. Really?
Lisa H, your sleep doctor doesn't understand why your voice gives out there. Maybe you should go for they call it a sniff test.
Sniff test?
It's a sniff test. You go for like this fluoroscopy where you stand in front of like an X-ray essentially,
Oh.
and you sniff in or something. You sniff in, and they see if your diaphragm moves.
Oh.
You can tell from an X-ray
And everybody will be going.
because the diaphragm, when you look at it, like the diaphragm on one side will be here, and on the other side it'll be like up here. He had surgery for it once, and it was a fail.
Really?
We went to where did we go? Johns Hopkins or something? No, Brigham and Women's. There was a specialist who did this special surgery to pull what they do is they'll take that side of the diaphragm and tie it down so your lung opens.
Mm-hmm.
And we went all the way over there. And when he came home, he sneezed and pulled the whole thing out.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
It was so
That had to
sad.
be painful.
It was horrible.
Oh, my
Oh.
gosh.
We thought he broke a bunch of ribs or something, but
Mm.
he pulled out the surgery. Felt so bad for him, but he never
Oh.
went back for it again.
Did they say they were going to do like a redo?
They could have if he wanted it, but he said, I'll just live with it. And the CPAP machine worked very well, so he was like, I'll just do that. Felt so bad for him, though. We took the ferry, you know, the Connecticut ferry, and and I was driving on the way home. They let him out too soon. And, like, I was driving, and, like, every bump, he was in so much pain, and I was like, we should have stayed. And then the whole thing popped out anyway.
Mm.
You know, these experiences you go through, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, he said that he sneezed because they told him, if you're going to sneeze, grab a pillow and hold on to yourself.
Oh.
He said the sneeze came on so fast
Oh, he
that he
couldn't
didn't
get
have to get his words out. And we were telling the doctor, like, he can climb mountains and he's fine, but he can't get any words out without, you know, sputtering. It was such a weird symptom, you know? Very strange.
Yeah.
And then you know what happened? In the middle of it all, we went to a pulmonologist who incorrectly diagnosed him with fibrosis of the lungs.
Really?
And I was dying. I was in,
Why? What is that?
well, it's a very serious disease of the lungs, very
Oh.
serious. And I was distraught. I was absolutely out of my mind. And we show up at another pulmonologist, and he goes, oh, yeah, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah. He goes, yeah, that's a mistake. They always do
I'm
that.
getting something. I'm right here. Don't worry. Don't be
Dude.
like Scooter. I'm just getting something. I'm right
Right.
here. And
No,
I can
he
He
hear and
goes
see
like
everything.
this. He goes, yeah, some of these radiologists, they just get it wrong sometimes.
Yeah, scared you to death.
I was scared to death. I couldn't believe it. And I go,
So you
what do you
talking
mean
cystic
they get it
fibrosis?
wrong? What?
Are you talking cystic fibrosis?
No, well, no, it's not cystic fibrosis. It's like, it's a progressive disease that affects, like, you know, the part of the lungs that's not like the air sacs, but the area around the air sacs.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It's like a deterioration of that area of the lungs.
Oh.
Yeah. He got it wrong.
He got it wrong.
He
Oh,
got
that's
it
something to get wrong.
It was so weird. I know. I was like, well, I want an apology. And Gary's
And I
like,
want
oh,
to be able to
stop.
hit him.
Gary was like, stop. Who cares? I wasn't even worried about it anyway. And I'm like, I haven't slept in like 3 weeks, you know? Oh my God.
Yeah. And then they act like it's nothing.
Yeah, he's like, what were you worried about anyway? I'm like, oh my God.
Jeez.
Yeah, those
That's so-
radiologists, you know, they're only responsible for like life and death diagnoses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't mean it.
Yeah, don't take it too personally.
I thought it was only
It takes the
kidding.
heck out of me.
I wanted to have one of my Sonic chocolate puddings that I made, but I thought it was only fitting that I eat one of Lisa D's horrible yogurts.
Which flavor did you get?
Well, I got vanilla and I got strawberry, and we've already gone through the vanilla.
I don't like the strawberry. I don't like anything
Good.
else but vanilla.
And we always talk about it here. That what are you eating?
And I
Lisa,
can't say I love. I can't
Lisa
say
D's,
I love it.
but you and Gary eat it like it's so. I go, what do you guys eat? Ice cream? No, yogurt. And you act like it was so
I
delicious.
eat a lot of it because I take my pills with it.
Mm.
But I tell you, it's getting old. Because I've been eating it for so long. Now I'm getting so tired of it. I hate it. I just bought another pack of it. I said, this is getting so old, I can't take it.
You only eat the vanilla?
Yeah, I don't like any other flavor now. My daughter will eat coconut sometimes, but I don't like the fruit ones at all.
But Your daughter doesn't say, "Is that bad aftertaste?"
Yeah, but see, she's on such a restricted diet. She just
Oh,
doesn't always love what she eats.
that's exactly how to describe this.
Yeah, it's not.
I like the look on your face.
Every time I pick one up, I'm like, ugh, here we go again. I found her some keto cake mix though that I'm gonna bring because I'm going to see her tomorrow.
She does the keto.
Oh, yeah?
She does
What?
she does all keto?
She does keto. Yeah, she does
Really?
keto.
How can you be
For,
Italian and do that?
She does it for her neurological health mostly.
No
It's
bread?
so funny because when she was first diagnosed with epilepsy, I was told that I could do keto for her, right? And I chose not. I really chose not to because she already felt so different from like all the other kids, and I felt like if I did that to her, and there was already stuff a lot of stuff she couldn't eat.
I don't think I could do that. That would
And I
almost be
felt
like,
like now I'm going to be like making her feel so different from everybody else. She's not going to be able to eat what they eat.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
pass the Italian bread, not for you, Gina. No.
Yeah, like I
No.
couldn't
Mm-mm.
do that to her. And then as she got a little bit older, she started getting more and more allergic. Like she stopped being able to eat like wheat. And then she stopped being able to eat, like she can't eat any fruit. Unless it's like baby food, like if it's cooked.
Yeah.
Or,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh, I would
so-
go crazy if I couldn't eat fruit.
I know it makes me nuts. I don't know how she does it.
Watermelon?
feel so
You
bad
can't have
for her.
ice cold watermelon?
I know.
Oh gosh.
But anyway, she had she
But anyway,
had
she can
gotten
have
that
the
brain-
yogurts though. That's something to be thankful for, right?
I know.
She can have these.
But what
These are
happened
good.
was she had fallen. Remember, she fell and cut her hand open.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, she got a concussion too. She hit her head. She got a concussion at the same time, which was ended up being like a lot worse because she had so many seizures before that in her life. They say that like your cumulative brain injury, your brain, it's like cumulative in your life. Anyway, she started doing keto from when she had that. She started, and she felt like it changed her life. The way she felt, it helped her recover from the concussion and everything, and it helped her with her seizures and everything. And she said she literally will never go back to regular eating, but she does have to be careful that she doesn't lose too much weight. So she has to eat a certain amount of carbs to keep that balance of not losing, because she already lost a lot. And I always tell her, don't lose any more, because what are you gonna, like, you're too thin, But she has a doctor who monitors everything, and she's like careful not to go too low on diet. But she always says, my brain feels so much more
Not foggy.
together. Yeah. And she says, I'll never go back. I'll never go off of it.
Really?
I'll never go off of it. So
Stay a few days.
yeah, we're gonna stay only like 2 days, and then she's gonna come back with us because it's her birthday weekend.
Yeah.
But we have a few things to do over there, so we'll be staying for a couple of days, then we're gonna come back. Where are you going?
Now, does
So-
little Gary go with you?
He's gonna stay home this time.
Okay.
I thought I had to start a new live stream. We were buffering. Weren't we buffering over there?
We were?
I think so. I was just ready to start a new live stream.
I don't see any buffering.
We are buffering.
I didn't see buffering.
Mine's
Hi, little
buffering.
boy.
Isn't it buffering, guys?
Oh, you gonna miss mommy?
No.
I always feel bad when I leave for the cats.
Mine's going like this. Ooh.
We're not buffering.
I am.
You wanna see everyone? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
we're
he likes
buffering.
when
I'm gonna
I
have to
come
start a
on
new
and
live
go.
stream.
Oh,
Look
they
at that.
said, yeah, it was buffering for a minute.
No, it's
not
buffering again
now.
now. I'm gonna start a new live stream, guys.
All right, let's
No,
do
no,
it.
you stay there. You don't move.
I don't move?
No, we don't move.